the worst brand collabs ever and what you can learn from them. Collabs can be super powerful, but when they go wrong, they go really wrong. Today, we're picking and choosing and diving into some of the worst brand collabs and their outcomes so that we can make sure that you do not make the same mistakes as they did. Firstly, let's chat about Miss Kendall Jenner and Pepsi, the protest ad that no one asked for. In this infamous 2017 Pepsi ad, Kendall Jenner seemingly solves social unrest by handing a police officer a can of Pepsi during a protest. Spoiler alert, it did not go well at all. Here's why it failed. Number 1. Absolutely tone-deaf messaging. By simplifying complex social issues into a soda ad, Pepsi trivialized real struggles. And number 2, misreading the room. They didn't even include voices from the communities that they were directly referencing. If your campaign touches on sensitive topics, consult diverse voices and make sure that your messaging respects the cause. And secondly, do not, and I repeat, do not co-opt cultural moments for profit. It almost always backfires, as it should. Next up, we have McDonald's and Mr. Travis Scott, which resulted in absolute drive-through chaos. Okay, this one wasn't a total disaster, but it did cause a lot of problems that no one really expected. When McDonald's teamed up with Travis Scott for a limited edition meal, fans swarmed to their local McDonald's locations and actually ended up selling out at such a rate that the vast majority of the locations no longer had any ingredients for the rest of their meals. Here's why it was risky. Number 1, the obvious, a logistics meltdown. They underestimated the demand, which ultimately led to a large portion of their customers being very frustrated. And secondly, brand fit issues. While the collab appealed to Travis Scott's fans, a lot of McDonald's loyalists said that the collaboration didn't really make sense for McDonald's as a brand. Now hopping into what you can learn. Always anticipate the utmost demand and make sure you have some contingency plans in place for if something that you don't expect is going to happen actually does happen. And as far as possible, ensure that your campaign resonates with all of your audience segments. The last brand collaboration we'll be discussing today is Uber Eats x Celebrity Brawls, the Tonight I'll Be Eating campaign. Uber Eats ads featuring random celebrity pairings like Elton John and Lil Nas X or Patrick Stewart and Mark Hamill were very hit or miss for the vast majority of Uber Eats' audience. While some pairings were fun, others left the audience really confused and failed to create a memorable connection to the brand, which was the utmost goal. Here's why it didn't always land. Number 1, the mismatch of tone. Some pairings between the celebrities felt really forced and lacked any form of authenticity or genuine connection. And let's be for real, no one wants to watch an ad between two celebrities that have no chemistry. And number 2, brand dilution. The focus was often intensely placed on the celebrities over Uber Eats. Your collab needs to make sense and support your brand story, not necessarily just the story of other parties. Don't let your partners or add-ons to the campaign overshadow the original brand. Then there's no point. Alright, a lot of value was shared. Let's head into the key takeaways for your brand from this video. Collabs are a high risk, high reward game. And to make sure that your brand's collab never ends up on that worst collaborations list, try these things. 1, know your audience. If the collab doesn't make sense to them, stop. Number 2, avoid tone-deaf messaging. Respect your audience and their values. At the end of the day, they do come first. Number 3, plan for logistics. Like I said, think big and then think even bigger and plan for that. And finally, number 4, embrace creativity. Sometimes the weirdest idea could actually be the best. Want to learn more about the latest social media news and marketing insights? Make sure to head over to the 𝗬𝗺𝗶𝗹 blog for everything you might need. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the little bell for notifications every time we upload a new video to the 𝗬𝗺𝗶𝗹 YouTube channel. Bye!